there's people on the internet who don't like us. Do you consider them enemies?
Yes.
You do?
No, I'm just kidding.
What's up, you guys, and we're about school, but don't worry, everything is cool. I'm your host, Julyssa, and of course, I'm here with the boys, Steve and Brendan. Say what's up, you guys.
What's up?
And how y'all doing today?
Bro, the Rapture was crazy. What the fuck?
They spit you back out.
Yeah, they spit me back out. They said I didn't qualify.
There's a clerical error.
Yeah, they said there's actually a really long list of things that I had to do.
There's a
to
lot
qualify.
of Steve Martinez's.
Yeah, they
Where
mistook me.
They said it was the wrong one.
Yeah, so they brought me back, but you know what? It's not so bad here on Earth, right? Even though it's hell on Earth now, according to the scripture.
Yeah.
I actually had a lot of answers for
what we were
you
talking
guys.
about?
Yeah, for what you guys
'cause
are
I
talking
remember
about.
we were watching the video, and I was like, it's too bad you're not here because you watched it more than I did.
Yeah, and to answer a few questions about the rapture, the rapture doesn't exist in Christian or Catholic like faith. It's like not in the Bible. Yeah,
Really?
it was like a thing that was created, I think, in the 1980s, by like a evangelical group, if I remember correctly. I could look it up, but it doesn't exist actually in the Bible. And you are right; it was popularized in "This Is the End," like where they get sucked up.
I know it.
But yeah, I don't think the rapture is an actual thing that like actual Christians believe. I think it was created to be like, I think, like some capitalist scheme, I want to say. Okay, so it wasn't the 80s, it was 1830s. That's where I got the A from. The concept of the Christian rapture was developed by John Nelson Darby in the 1830s, based on the interpretation of one how do you pronounce that? Thessalonians? Yeah. 4:17, a passage about believers meeting Jesus in the air. Key influence was Margaret MacDonald's vision in 1830, which suggested a two-stage return of Christ. Yeah, it was like somebody who had a vision. The idea gained significant popularity in the American evangelical circles in the 20th century, though researchers like the Scott Field Reference Bible and the Left Behind book series. So yeah, it's
He just made that shit up.
basically just a bunch of people just made that shit up, but it became semi-popular just because, like, I guess the theatrics of being sucked up into the air.
Because coming back, Jesus, the second coming, whatever, that's in the Bible. But
Yeah.
the part where you fly up, that's not.
Yeah. And also, you guys said was true. I think you said it, and then he expanded on it. I think it's like humans can't know, can't predict when it'll happen. Because I think the Bible verse is like,
I remember
no one knows.
Because something about how like God will return like a thief in the night, like you won't expect it or something like that.
Like a thief in the night.
That's it. Yeah, that's where the expression comes from, or something like that.
You know what's funny? Do you guys remember when people were saying the world was gonna end in 2012?
Yeah.
I remember like over and over saying to myself that the world will end in 2012 because I remember the Bible verse where no man knows the time nor the hour, and I was like, if I think that it's gonna happen that day, it won't, because the Bible says that if I think that, it won't happen.
2012 traumatized me, man.
Why?
I don't know. I think I took it very seriously.
Me too, low-key.
Steve used to cry.
Yeah, same.
When we would watch the 2012 movie, he would cry. He would start bawling.
I remember there's this document. I don't know if you guys ever watched like a National Geographic or Animal Planet. Which, man, fuck you guys for this. Where they, you know how they have documentaries, but then they'll make mockumentaries.
Yeah. I mean, I know mockumentaries, but I didn't know they made mockumentaries on National Geographic.
Right? Why the fuck would they do that? You know. So there's one you could look up. I mean, as I got older, or depending on the subject matter, you could tell. There's one about like mermaids where it's like a found footage documentary where it's not fucking true. You can look it up. It's called like Mermaids the Body or some shit like that. And it was on Animal Planet. And I remember being a kid being like, "This, I'm pretty sure this is fucking fake."
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Mermaids the Body.
Yeah, right.
It has a 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
When did it come out?
It seems to have come out in 2012.
But they would make fucking shit like that where that one I could tell was fake because I'm like, fucking mermaids.
Or
but they would do other ones where
the alien ones.
Well, like they did one on 2012, I think. I don't know if it was Animal Planet or National Geographic, where they were kind of, it was like this what could happen shit, but because
there was like
on
a
National Geographic, I was like, oh, so this is what's gonna happen, and like I think that traumatized me.
I remember it was probably promotional material for the movie, but it was so well done that I couldn't help but believe it. It was like this this like promotional ad that looked like the government made it and was like a PSA of like what to do when 2012 happens. And I remember like I even to this day I don't know if that was like obviously like a real thing. Obviously it probably wasn't. But like at the time I didn't know that it was probably a movie advertisement. I thought it was just real. It was like the government actually like sending that. And I remember literally like ending that video and literally like shaking. I was like, oh my God, the world's gonna end.
Don't you think that's bullshit though? That Animal Planet and National Geographic can make fake documentaries?
Yeah, I mean,
like, I don't. If you're gonna make a fake documentary, fine, but don't air it on fucking Animal Planet.
Because then some kid's gonna see it and think
that just
real.
seems irresponsible. Doesn't that seem irresponsible?
Well, it reminds me of that Family Guy reference where like that's not illegal. Well, shouldn't it be?
No, that's
nothing like that ever got you, Julie.
No.
No, you're never concerned about the world ending.
She's too smart.
You were like, my world did end, but in a different way, huh?
2012.
No. I feel like even when they talked about 2012, I was like, bullshit. I was like, y'all are always just making shit up.
Yeah,
but,
she was older than us.
But you know what I hated though, with that kind of stuff, like as a kid, is like I was terrified, like if I had to, like if there was a 1-to-1 ratio, like as a grown man, if I was to experience that type of fear now, I would probably need serious professional help, right? Right? And I think what frustrated me as a kid is like I remember people talking to me like, oh, you're just a kid, like this is one of those kid things you're afraid of, and being like, no, like
this is genuine fear.
I'm actually like afraid and I need help. And I remember being so frustrated because everybody would kind of wave me off. But I hated that as a kid.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. I don't think I've ever experienced as much fear as I did than being a kid in 2011, knowing 2012 was around the corner.
But he would cry.
I would cry. I would
cry.
I would literally cry.
Bruh.
Like we couldn't have been the only kids who experienced that, right?
For sure. But don't you think that's like I think that's like a child issue, where I think like you gotta validate kids' fears, man, or do something. I feel like hand waving me because I was just like shaking the whole year basically, like with anxiety and fear. And
like now that I think about it, like if somebody had just spoken to me, I think now who I am right now would be different.
Have you genuinely experienced that amount of sustained fear as an adult?
No,
right?
Never.
If you were, wouldn't you be like, I should probably go to like a hospital? Or something?
Yeah. No, when I was a kid, definitely, especially like world-ending events, like especially because I think like my older brother and my cousin, they would always push like doomer ideology on me that like the world was gonna end any second, and that we would go to Mexico and survive like a zombie apocalypse. Yeah,
why do you think men like have that fear?
What the world ending?
Yeah, because I feel like it was when the whole 2012 thing was happening. My cousin literally was like, "We're going to Mexico because in the movie they survive," and I'm like, "Bro, you're really gonna pay attention to a movie that's fake?"
I think it's like a control thing.
Oh, it's like it makes you feel more comfortable if you feel like you have control.
And he was the same age as me, so that's what I was like.
Well, no, she asking why men specifically?
Because I mean, I was mostly only hearing it from men.
Maybe it's because in society we're used to having it control, but when the situations are presented where control is completely removed, we panic.
That's actually a pretty good take. Wow, I like that. You know what? Ditto. I did. Matter of fact, I thought of that first, and he just said it.
What was I gonna say though? No, but I fucking hated that as a kid. People do that shit to me all the time, like older cousins or whoever the fuck, where they'd show you some scary shit and be like, you know that's real, right? And then it would traumatize me for like a few months.
That's real.
You know which movie they did that with me from?
Which one?
Did you ever see Independence Day?
Yeah,
I fucking hated that movie.
The Will Smith one?
Yeah.
Really?
Do you remember?
They told you it was real?
Do you remember that part where they go to like the building and they're like protesting?
Oh yeah.
And then it shoots.
Oh yeah, and shoots them and explodes.
And they didn't tell me that was real. Like this was a documentary. They told me that was gonna happen, and I was like, for real? They're like, yup. And I was like, bro, stop playing. And they're like, no, that's gonna happen though. Like actually, like you're scared. And I'd be like, yeah. And they'd be like, good, like because that's gonna happen.
You're scared? Well, good, because you gotta be ready.
I fucking hated that shit, man.
Nothing like that ever happened, Julie.
Is that why you're a doomer now?
Maybe, I don't know. Fucking assholes.
And when you get your money up, are you gonna build a bunker?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
What's that saying you always said? no, you didn't say this, but you said that was Loki bars of it's from Cloverfield. The one it's like crazy is in building an ark. Crazy is building the ark after the flood has already happened.
Yeah.
You see, Julian?
No,
let's go get what? Let's go to Costco after
this. Are you crazy for having a fire extinguisher, bro? I don't want there to be a fire, but if there is.
I mean, he's kind of spitting, no?
No?
I guess.
What? It was
I'm not hurting anybody.
I think also like in media, I feel like pop culture wise, there was way more disaster movies when we were kids than there are now. I feel like it's because we grew up in the age of like disaster movies, like Zombie Apocalypse, like Day After Tomorrow, The Knowing,
Signs,
2012.
Also, we went to Catholic school. I don't think Catholic school did me any favors, if I'm being honest with that. The fucking like,
because then you try to reach out that you're scared, and they just be like, "It's okay, because you're gonna go to heaven."
Just pray.
Like, but no, that didn't. But the whole like, the whole like talking about like when you're gonna die and shit. I feel like
you're gonna go to heaven or hell.
Well, because I feel like I don't know. When are you supposed to tell kids that you die?
Wait.
When are you supposed to tell kids that they're gonna die?
I feel like my nephew is 7 years old and he already knows he's gonna die one day.
Yeah, because I feel like in Catholic school they're like, you're 4 years old in kindergarten. You know you're gonna die.
Like, you know you're gonna die.
Yeah, like you're gonna die. Your mom's gonna die.
I feel like,
but it's okay.
I feel like with our nephew though, we experienced like death a lot.
True.
In his youth. So I think that's why we kind of had to explain like dying.
But he like asked it though, right? Like I'm sure he had the like things in his life happened where like it had to be necessary. But I feel like with Catholic school, like that's the whole shtick is like this is all about shit for when you die. No?
True. Yeah, there's like a big afterlife.
He's dead.
You see
that's
that
a corpse.
It's a dead guy. But he came back to life.
Bro, and I don't think for people who listen and watch us, we can explain enough how in detail the Jesus on the cross is at our church that we went to. It was like looking at a 1-for-1 of a human.
I'm telling you, I remember him with his eyes rolled back.
His eyes are not rolled back, bro.
They look like they are.
I think his eyes are like closed. In agony. But that shit is crazy. They went off on it. It looks like a real person. There's like blood like dripping down his arms.
Yeah, bro, you know, this taking me back because now I'm thinking about all the stupid shit I used to think as a kid. Do you remember,
like what?
I remember like in kindergarten. Do you know what do you call it? The altar boys. You know how they would go like in the back room to get their shit.
Yeah.
I remember always thinking it was like some like heaven shit back there.
They reached into heaven
because they would always do the smoke. So whenever they did the smoke,
like a portal?
They would go back there. So I'd be like, well, it must be like otherworldly. You know? I thought about it as like, do you remember when they would go to the spirit realm in Avatar and it would look kind of foggy and shit? I thought it was kind of like that. But then as I got older, I was like, this is just a fucking room.
I felt like that with, I don't know if you guys remember, but during mass, the priest had like he the blood of Christ or whatever, the wine cup, he would put it like in this like door sliding thing. And then he would close it, and then sometimes he would open it, and it wouldn't be there anymore. Obviously, as an adult, I'm like, it obviously had like a back door that somebody just grabs. Like literally, the altar boys probably grabs it. But as a kid, I was like, what the fuck? So God just like took it back, like he took back his blood. That's what I thought of.
Really? I never even noticed that it disappeared.
Yeah, he puts it in there, and I think like it I don't know. I guess it goes away.
You just couldn't see.
I just couldn't see it, so I just like it disappeared.
You're young, you just couldn't see over.
But yeah, that's to answer your questions about the rapture.
Yeah.
How do we start talking about 2012?
The rapture.
The rapture.
That doesn't happen in 2012. The movie.
No, but I mean, the end of the world happens in 2012, and then
you guys are talking about traumas in 2012. Really traumatized you guys.
And then also they were saying the rapture was gonna happen last week too. Yeah. You guys didn't believe it? I heard about it on the way to camp.
No, but had they told me that when I was younger, I probably would have.
Yeah.
Oh well, because I think that's another thing though. Where with me, like, because I don't know, I'm projecting probably with my explanation as to why men like care about the end of the world or whatever. Because that's why I care about it. I think it's like a control thing. But I think with Catholic school, I think this is the vibe I got, is that prayer kind of gives you control, or like talking to God kind of gives you control. So I think that didn't do me any favors, because like, I don't know. I think like as a kid, for me, I thought like, oh, like I do kind of have control. Like I'm just not praying enough, or I'm not being good enough, or like God isn't hearing me. You know what I mean? So I think that's where like probably people get like religious psychosis.
For sure. And it's at an all-time high right now, bro.
Is it?
I think so. Let me see.
You guys were in middle school, no?
For what?
In 2012?
Yeah, I was like 11. I was 11.
I was in high school, I think.
In 2012?
Because I think
no wonder you didn't believe it.
I graduated junior high in 2011, I think.
Really?
I didn't graduate until 2014.
Because I'm like, if you were in high school, then that's probably why you also weren't that scared about it. I mean, at that time, fucking high school kids.
You're grown. You're grown.
Imagine us being in high school being like, bro, I'm so scared about tomorrow. It's what is it? What was it, like December 21st, 2012 or something?
He remembers the exact time.
I remember the exact. I remember
having to go to school that day or something, and I remember being like, "You're really gonna make me fucking go to school like on the day the world's gonna end."
On this, when December 21st?
Yeah, 2012.
You were still going to school on December 21st. Right. Christmas was like the following week.
Well, it would have to be actually December 20th. I do remember what we were doing on December 20th, 2012. I remember me and my cousin and my brother stayed up. We were in Mexico.
I'm dead.
I remember we stayed up. I remember we were like...
So your guys' escape plan was to go to Mexico?
Yeah.
Well, it's because we always go to Mexico during Christmas.
Oh, so you were like, I'm chilling?
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck. I remember literally my heart racing like as it like the clock struck midnight.
Always had something, because sometimes they would stay at the house and they'd be like, it's haunted. They're like, we hear footsteps.
Okay. But that's
like,
unrelated.
That's
unrelated.
They always
that's
said
unrelated.
Some shit.
There was
Bro, when I went
footsteps.
off to college, they literally thought somebody was living in my room.
These are independent things. These have nothing to do with the end of the world.
No,
those
but
things are real.
You guys always had these thoughts of like,
wait, at your old house?
Yeah.
That's what she was living in there?
Yeah, we thought somebody was living in her room. Well, she was off in college already, but me and my brother, a summer. It was the first summer that I was old enough to stay home with my family. Well, with my brother.
Yeah.
And my family went to Mexico. And either you were in college or you went out with them. You just weren't home. So the whole summer, it was just me and my brother hanging out. There was times where one time I got home and the front gate was all the way wide open and the front door was completely wide open. I got home from hanging out with my friends. We had gone to Six Flags and the door was wide open. And I thought, like, what the fuck? Like, and it looked pitch black inside. So I was like, who's here? And then I come in and I see my brother because his room's all the way at the end of the house.
Yeah, I remember.
And I come in and he's just there watching TV. And I'm like, bro, the door is wide open and stuff. And he's just like, oh, damn, I guess I thought I closed it and I didn't.
You just forgot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was a ghost, but do I believe that maybe somebody was in Julie's room? Maybe.
No, there was a different time. No,
did you hear like a ghost?
Where you guys were like both scared to open the door?
Yeah. And that was like the middle of the summer, and then as the summer went on, I swear I kept like placing things and things that and were moved. And no, but I didn't think ghost. I'm not thinking ghost.
They believe somebody lived in the walls.
Gas leak.
Imagine, I just don't remember shit. I'm like fucking 15 years old.
No, that's what I would think though.
But I thought in your room, we went into your room and it was cold in there, bro. It was cold in there and
kind of creepy.
It was cold in there and then the windows didn't have any dust. As if somebody had been opening and closing the window.
Someone or something.
Mom.
But nobody was been home the whole summer. I don't know. I know I'm blowing up people's ears by screaming into this mic. But
your old house was haunted, I think.
Julie?
No,
you didn't think so?
I never saw anything.
What was that time? Damn, this was forever ago now. Wasn't there a time where Izzy was there and like the door slammed?
Yeah. Man, I'll call him right now to credit this story. There was one time where it was.
We had a cat.
He'd probably be like, "Oh, absolutely, yeah."
There was this one time where we were both watching a movie, and the way that the living room was set up is, my parents' bedroom door was in the middle of the living room. So we had one couch on the left of it and one couch on the right. I was sitting on the couch on the left. Izzy was sitting on the couch on the right. And in between us is the bedroom door completely closed. And we're watching a movie. As we're watching the movie, the door literally just turns and opens. Like, just turns and opens by itself. Could have been just not completely closed, and maybe the wind just pushed it open, but that happened.
It was the cat.
The wind jiggled the...
Puffy did know how to open doors, actually. I'll say that.
Our cat used to know how to open doors.
He did know how to open
gas
doors.
leak.
And he was and he was a great cat, so maybe he hid in the shadows and I didn't see him, but I didn't see anything. And me and Izzy literally left the house after that. We immediately turned off the movie. We left the house.
How do we start this conversation about you?
Shit, I don't even know.
Because I was like, they always made up something about something was always happening.
Oh, because Mexico. But I thought you saw aliens in Mexico. Like you saw those
they also saw aliens in Mexico.
You're the only one who didn't see it, though.
I was the only one who didn't see it.
Our whole family saw it. Not just me.
What do you think it was as an adult? Like, had you seen that? Let's say, like...
Drones? Maybe. I know that's a stretch even
you don't
itself.
Have to, you don't have to, like, be like, oh, the logical explanation. What do you feel it actually was?
Aliens.
Drones.
Drones?
I'm like, because... or, like, some government, like...
Drone. Some type of like
drone, or I don't know. The only reason I think that is because I just, like, as an adult, I just can't believe aliens are on Earth. Like, it just, like, after the discussions that we've had, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it just truly logically doesn't make any sense for it to be alien.
Your sense of wonder.
No, I don't, because I think that the aliens exist, just not on Earth, and I think that's still a wonderful thought.
So what do you think about that thing that we used to go to in Mexico, where it's the hill, and then things roll up? Remember when we used to go?
Some weird, weird like science bullshit for sure.
Isn't it like an optical illusion?
I don't think so. I don't know, maybe, but
I don't know. We tried it with water, and
it started rolling up,
and it went up.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
We would roll down the batteries and then they would come back up. We would do it with the car and it would roll back up.
And there's a quote unquote crashed UFO there. Do you remember that?
Yeah, there's like a UFO
so they think
there.
that the UFO's like gravity.
Yeah, it's like messing up like the
area.
Bro, but we've been there, like, and we touched like the ship and stuff.
Oh, you touched?
Yeah. Like, it's all like graffitied up. Like, people graffitied.
We have
all
pictures.
What year was this?
Shit, like 2009, 2008. Yeah. Long time
ago.
I feel
like 2000, the early 2000s had like a cryptid era. Like
Cryptoid,
like a creepy era.
Yeah, true.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I believe it. If you were like, I don't know, I can't explain what the fuck that was, I would believe you.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of unexplained things.
You never saw shit as a kid that you're like, that was weird. I feel like if I saw that as an adult, that would trip me out.
I saw like the scariest thing that I've ever seen. I've told you about it. I've talked to death about it, where I woke up like in the middle of the night, like thinking there was like a tank, like driving on the road. Still to this day, no idea what the fuck that was.
Where it was
about.
like bright outside?
Yeah. Yeah, where it was like bright outside, yeah. Gas leak? My whole house just had, specifically in my room, had a crazy gas leak.
I mean, we did have that one incident where they did tell us we had like a leak of something in the house.
What the fuck?
Carbon monoxide?
Huh?
Carbon monoxide?
Oh, they just didn't tell you?
Wait,
because you know how we used to have the old like heater?
Yeah.
That was attached to the wall.
Yeah.
I think they said that was like causing something.
So was I straight up hallucinating, bro?
Maybe.
There really was a gas.
But I had proof. The fan broke. The fan fell over and broke.
We're stumbling around.
It was still on the floor when I woke up. I don't know. I have no idea what. Because how I said I thought it was like a tank, so the house was like kind of shaking. So I had that really old like fucking broken down fan, the white one, and it fell over, and it didn't like break like in the like shattered. It just like you know how all fans have that little protection thing that like broke in two, and then it was on the floor, and I didn't pick it up. So when I woke up in the morning, it was still on the floor. So I knew I wasn't tripping the fuck out, and that the house was shaking because it was still on the floor. I don't know, I literally went to school literally crying, like being like, bruh, what the fuck was that?
What year was this?
It's like 7th or 8th grade. It might have been. I think it was 8th grade because I had my my sweater already.
The Letterman jacket.
No, the sweater. You know how the graduation class.
Yeah,
gets,
the Letterman. wasn't a Letterman.
I don't think it was a Letterman. I think it was a hoodie. I think it was like a hoodie.
A Gildian sweatshirt.
It was. It was like a cheap ass fucking.
It was 2012.
Yeah. I don't know what that was.
When did you graduate?
From what? From school?
High school? No, high school.
Middle school? Probably like 2013, because I think I started freshman year. Like, yeah, I graduated high school in 2017, so I had to have been. Yeah.
What did you think was gonna happen?
2012. I thought like the mantle of the Earth's crust was gonna like shift, and there was gonna be floods, and like
I thought like the California was gonna go like, and then the ocean was gonna like cover it, and that scared me.
Jill, what did you think was gonna happen in 2012?
Nothing.
She was gonna turn 15.
I generally did not like pay attention to that.
I wish I had.
I think it probably is like a man thing.
I was like, the only thing that ever spooked me, and that was just because it was a jump scare, was like on the internet. That's about it.
Oh.
Like I was watching, it's like it was like those old storytelling like YouTube video things, and then it was like a scary girl popped up in the end of it.
It was the Exorcist girl. I remember.
I don't remember, but I wasn't looking.
I was looking.
And then that's the only time that I literally was shaking, because I was like, bro, what the fuck was that? I was like, why the fuck would they put that? And then after that, I didn't watch YouTube anymore.
You never trusted YouTube again?
No. I would look at the comments
to see if there's a jump scare.
I didn't trust National Geographic, man. Dude, I'm telling you, they made so many fake fucking shows that were just traumatizing kids, probably. Because that's who watches Animal Planet. There's this other show called it was called like Lost Tapes. It was like supposed to be like a found footage show where they find like people like dying or whatever. And I thought that was real.
Damn.
It scared me. You never saw it?
No.
It was cool.
That's spooky.
The concept is cool. Like I'm sure people on YouTube try to make that. But
True.
Yeah.
But
is that why you guys like scary movies?
I don't like.
I don't watch them.
Yeah, and you don't like scary movies?
I mean, I don't like dislike them. I don't like go out of my way. I don't know. I feel like I like them about as much as any other genre. You know what I mean?
You don't like them at all, huh, Julie? I like scary movies. I think it's because I enjoy the lack of pulled punches. I think that horror movies are more likely to give. I don't want to say realistic because that sounds edgy. It's like, oh, it's so realistic.
How the world really is.
Yeah. I don't want to sound like an edgelord.
No happy ending.
But
there's deeper things to them.
It gives more severe consequences to characters' actions, which is what I truly enjoy. Like an example is, have you guys ever seen Drag Me to Hell?
Yeah.
No.
You seen it? Wow. Okay, an aristocrat. Okay. But basically, the concept of it is this girl works at this insurance place, and she denies this old lady's claim, and the old lady gives her the curse. And so the whole movie is her trying to get rid of the curse, because at the end of 3 days, she's going to get dragged to hell by Satan. At the end of the movie, she thinks she beats him. Right? Yeah, she thinks she beats it, but she didn't. She messed up. She messed up the unritual that she had to do, and she gets dragged to hell, and that's how the movie ends. And so what I mean by that is like I like the more like harsher consequence, because that's not something you would see in a PG movie or a G movie. She would win at the end, but no, at the end she loses. And I think that's what I enjoy. I enjoy the kind of like risk that movies take that you wouldn't see anywhere else, you know? No, not like how the real world is, but it has endings that you wouldn't get from traditional non-horror movies.
No, it is like the real world, because she was innocent. She ended up losing either way.
Because the bad people always win. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, moving on to our first topic.
What are you going to talk about today?
People don't get why we're laughing. But, well, I guess it's not actually the bad guys winning, but I guess we'll see. This one should be interesting. So, for those of you, and I know all of you guys have probably heard about it, Living Under a Rock, Bad Bunny got announced as next year's Super Bowl halftime performance show. And I guess there's a lot of mixed reactions. Or I've seen a lot of people be happy about it more, right? Would you say a majority of people are more like excited celebrating?
Yeah, I feel like on my side, everybody's been super happy.
I think so. I think on my side too, I've seen a majority of people be happy. But caveat, I am someone who uses Twitter. So I have seen
not myself
a huge backlash from obviously it's the NFL, it's football.
Yeah.
The conservative side of the world. There's like I was showing Julie off camera a couple days ago when it got announced. Literally tweets with like millions of views, like thousands of likes, being like, I can't believe we're gonna have this guy who's like dressed as feminine, is anti-ICE, anti-Trump, like be halftime performance. Like this is so un-American. People being like trying to do a petition to get rid of him from doing the halftime show.
People are saying they're gonna boycott
they're fucking
the Super Bowl.
I promise you they're not.
Yeah, they're.
I've seen that. Some people have compared Bad Bunny to Satan. They're like, next thing you know, they're gonna invite Satan to the fucking Super Bowl. I was like,
yeah,
he's not even real, bro.
He's not even real.
Santa Claus is nice.
It's like, yeah, next thing you know, they're gonna invite fucking
Krampus.
Santa Claus.
Krampus. Yeah, like
I mean, I have my own reasons as to why I feel about the whole him.
Well, okay. Well, what do you feel?
Well, because so he had originally announced that he wasn't gonna do. So he went on his tour, or whatever, right? He originally announced that he wasn't gonna do any, I guess, tour dates in the United States. I didn't know the reasons until like recently. And I assumed that it was just because of everything that was going on, that he kind of like, he doesn't like Trump, like he's like very like against everything that's going on. Of course it is that but it's more of like the whole ICE raids that are happening. And he said that he doesn't want to put his fans at risk. And that's why he didn't have any, which is why most of his tour dates were in Puerto Rico or in a lot of just different areas in Latin America. And that's why I think it's a little weird, or I guess he kind of contradicts himself as to like him now being part of the halftime performance at the Super Bowl. It's not a concert, but he's still performing. And of course his fans who are in the States who want to see him might try to see him. For sure, the Super Bowl is like super expensive. I mean, I don't know how much, but people are very dedicated to going just to see somebody. And I feel like that's still something. And then it was announced, the White House did announce that there will be ICE at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that's why, at least to me, my issue was the fact that he had said he wasn't going to perform here. At least that's how I took it, right? That he's not going to perform here because of all the issues. But now all of a sudden he's going to go perform for the NFL, which is like the NFL and all their fans are pretty much known to be hateful people to our community. And that's why I think it's very contradictory. Like, I think he's contradicting himself in just that sense of like, you said it, but now you're kind of taking it back. And I don't know. I feel like there's just a lot of like, conflict with it. Cause like, I guess the side, and I can understand other people's side of like, oh, there's representation, right? But I feel like it's also not only contradictory to what he said that he wasn't going to perform here, but also like he's doing it in a stage of like majority, everybody literally hates us, and in the States and in the basic country that everybody hates us right now.
Right.
Which is why he's getting all the backlash, right? But I'm just like, I don't know. I think that's the part for me where I'm just like, there's no like it feels like there's no good side to it other than I guess the representation, but I feel like that's not enough.
Yeah. Why the fuck is ICE even gonna be there?
I think Trump's advisor literally explicitly said because they announced that Bad Bunny is gonna be the headliner specifically because of Bad Bunny. Yeah, specifically because of Bad Bunny, which is ironic. What? Because Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory and Bad Bunny's an American citizen.
Yeah. But isn't that, I don't know. I find that kind of strange. Well, like, all right. So I think what Julie said is valid. But I'm just gonna address it like him aside really quick. Isn't that like crazy though? Like, I'm surprised that isn't also a bigger deal. Like, yeah, I understand like his decision is a little controversial, but I think just the fact that he's gonna be there and he's a Latino artist that they're gonna have ICE is kind of like fucking World War II-ish, is it
insane?
Is that not kind of crazy? Like, we're gonna have a Latino artist who's, by the way, a citizen.
It makes Puerto Rico's a U.S. territory.
That means we're gonna have ICE. Because to me, I'm like, well, that's like so many things. That's like, It's like, are they making a statement being like, you see, Latinos, ICE. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Isn't that to me is a little crazy.
Yeah. I just feel like it doesn't make sense because he is literally a citizen.
Yeah.
Like, why would you have ICE there if Bad Bunny is a citizen? And like, how are you gonna deport him or whatever? Like,
well, yeah, that's why to me, I'm like, that's the crazy part, because that's just a straight up racist like profile. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%.
To just try to like, oh, they're gonna have a Latino artist, like, let me just have ICE there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there wasn't even this. I mean, there wasn't. I'm surprised they didn't even react this hard to Kendrick. I guess maybe because he didn't announce his set was gonna look like that.
Yeah, true. No, I was thinking about that too, because from the Super Bowl's perspective, the NFL and Apple, I think that run it, or I forgot what Jay-Z's company, whatever that runs it.
Right.
I thought it was interesting that they chose Bad Bunny because I think it's 100% controversy creates revenue, and like they knew that now, especially with the state of the United States right now, nobody would bring more eyes than having Bad Bunny, because the United States is becoming so like proudly, unapologetically conservative, white supremacist. I mean, it's always been, for being honest. But like now, like more like the regular citizens,
that shit.
Yeah, regular citizens, like they're not backing down. They're full being themselves out in the open. And so it was interesting that they chose Bad Bunny, because it was obviously they knew that there'd be like controversy with it.
Yeah.
I guess in that way it's also nuanced, because like if you're a fan, do you want to cheer for the representation of Bad Bunny? And like, let's say he does make a statement like during his performance where he's basically like, fuck Trump and Latinos are here to stay or whatever. Yeah. Like, does that actually have any real world value is my question.
Well, because everybody was saying that when Kendrick did it, they were like, what impact did it make to the Black community? Like, what literal, like, impact did the government make? Or, like, did they change their minds about it or whatever? Like, was there any significant change when Kendrick did it last year?
Yeah.
For sure, I think it's interesting. And I don't know if it's because we're part of the Latino community that we see it a lot more of, like, Bad Bunny getting, like, the backlash. But for sure, it seems like it is, like, a lot more than what Kendrick got last year. And I don't know if it has to do with, like...
racist white people?
Yeah, like people just being heavily racist towards the Latino community, but also people being heavily racist towards immigrants.
Yeah.
Like I think all those things are kind of combining of like people have these hatreds between like, you know, the Latino community and then immigrants themselves. And I think that's why there's even more of this like sort of backlash as to why everybody is mad that he got called to be in the like halftime show.
Well, I mean, like I said, I think whatever your opinions are, so long as there's like they're not fucking racist. Yeah. I think if whatever your criticism is of Bad Bunny, that's fine. But I genuinely find the reaction of people like just being straight up racist to the fact that he's performing really alarming. Yeah. I really think I didn't know that that's why they announced ICE was going to be there.
Yeah.
Like, that's really crazy to me.
It says I have the thing. It says that Corey Landowski, whose official title is a special government employee at the Department of Homeland Security, made an announcement during an interview. There's nowhere that you can provide safe haven to people who are in the country illegally. Not the Super Bowl, not anywhere else. And he brought it up because the interviewer had asked him about that Bad Bunny skipped out on the United States in his concert because he was afraid of ICE raids during at the concert venues. And Lewandowski didn't release any details about what enforcement would look like. He just said that it will be everywhere when referencing the Super Bowl because of Bad Bunny.
Well, that's crazy to me because like they're just. I mean, I guess I don't know. They've been saying and they've been doing it, but they're just gonna be there profiling people then. Because what you're gonna go to like even if it wasn't the Super Bowl, like let's just say it was just a random football game. Yeah, you're supposed to carry your fucking passport and your documentation wherever you go. Yeah, and like because they're not. That's not what they're doing. They see somebody who's speaking Spanish or looks brown, and they're gonna stop them and be like, hey. Like, what's your status here? Yeah. You know?
But I feel like it's more than just, like, the fans. It's, like, the workers. It's, like, everybody who's there in the arena. Everybody who usually, you know, profits off of all of this that is also now going to be in danger because of that, because of ICE now showing up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it feels also like a waste of resources because, I mean, I'm sure they exist. I'm sure illegal immigrants who have money to afford to go, like, to the Super Bowl exist. But I also think that it's a waste of resources because majority of those people who are going are the ultra rich, like white people who are probably from here. Or if they are illegal immigrants, they're probably from Europe, like that flew out here and didn't get a green card, didn't get official say to come here. So I think it's a waste of resources because, like, I don't know, it's just not something that you need, is just to demonstrate power rather to actually implement a practice or policy. Yeah. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, also moving on and reading more of what the Homeland Security had to say in his interview, I guess where he's talking about Bad Bunny. He also said it's so shameful that they've decided to pick somebody who just seems to hate America so much to represent them at the halftime game, which is pretty crazy.
I feel like that's crazy. Like, considering Puerto Rico is a territory.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, according to them or these people, Puerto Rico is America, is it not?
Yeah.
So is he not being proud of America in a way? Like, I don't. I feel like I think they're stupid, but I think they play naive a lot. I think they're talking about him like he's a foreigner.
Yeah.
Like he's from Mexico or somewhere that isn't a U.S. territory or a part of the country intentionally to, I don't know, ruffle feathers or do shit like that. And I think that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think they do it just to still keep, like, their target on certain, like, people. And I think that's why they don't try to fully explain, like, no, that fool's a citizen. Like, because people were explaining, too, because I guess somebody tweeted or something that said, like, we should get a U.S. citizen to perform. And then they're like, Coldplay wasn't a citizen. Like, I forget who the other artists are. That Shakira is not a citizen. Like, they're like...
Shakira did the Super Bowl?
Yeah, she did with J-Lo,
right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So they're like the only citizen right now is Bad Bunny that has like gonna perform now.
Excuse my ignorance for anybody listening. Do Puerto Ricans get U.S. citizenship upon being born in Puerto Rico?
I think so.
Yeah. Then wow. Wait, let me just make sure. But I think so too. I want to say I think so. Talks amongst yourselves. Yeah, they do. Yes, individuals born in Puerto Rico are U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
Well, I was surprised. I was surprised at the amount of like prejudice Bad Bunny was getting. Because I guess whenever something like this happens to someone like Bad Bunny, someone that famous, it's like a crazy reminder that it doesn't matter how successful you are. They don't give a shit, and they're still going to be racist to you. Because, like, we've talked about it before with Zaya Wade and Dwayne Wade, probably, like, one of the biggest basketball stars ever, right? Yeah. And he doesn't even feel safe, I think that's crazy. Because I've seen here and there, nothing this extensive, where people will just kind of make fun of the fact that he speaks Spanish. Yeah. And so that his music's going to be in Spanish. And so people will just be like, I'm not even going to fucking understand what he's saying. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I thought Bad Bunny's like the biggest star on the fucking planet. I didn't think that. I thought he was kind of immune to that.
Yeah, I agree.
Which I think, is kind of like an ignorant thought, but still I think it's like a crazy reminder that it doesn't matter.
You can never escape it.
You can never really escape that.
What do you call it? Like when you splash water in your face, like kind of like a
awakening?
It is like a awakening of like, man, like we really are. And we say this like every week, but like, the United States is really, really becoming like a conservative white supremacist nation. And I know that sounds funny to some people because it's like, well, it's always been. But like it feels so potent now. Like it feels so unapologetic. It felt like, at least in our lifetime, and I know we're young, we haven't been around that long. We've maximum less than 30 years. But in our lifetime, it felt like people who were blatantly racist or were proud to be white supremacists were shamed and, made to feel bad about feeling that way. But now it's like so prevalent in social media and like our fucking leaders, quote unquote leaders, our fucking politicians, just saying outright like outlandish shit. Like look at this tweet. This is one of the tweets that I did see. 2.3 million views, 90K likes. At Chicago One Ray said, Bad Bunny is a Trump-hating anti-ICE activist who doesn't even sing in English. He refused to tour in America because he thought ICE might be outside one of his concerts. Hey, at NFL, your fans love God, country, and football. Are you ready to Bud Light the Super Bowl? Who's with me? 10,000 replies.
I think it's just crazy, too, considering there's a vast majority of NFL players are not white.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, did you see the irony in that?
Mm-hmm.
You know? I think that's crazy to me.
Yeah. But I guess this is all wrapping it back to kind of like the initial topic. I guess it's weird because like everything you're saying is valid of why you feel like the criticism against Bad Bunny. But for me personally, I think seeing so many of like the white conservative of Americans be against Bad Bunny is like something that feels like a net positive to me, where I feel like it is enough to disturb the peace and give some sort of resistance. For sure, I still like, and this isn't a rhetorical question. I'm not saying it to sound like yeah, exactly. But like the whole, what exactly does representation and him performing do in the physical real world that we live in, where Latinos and Latinas are being deported and kidnapped off the streets? What does he actually do by performing at the Super Bowl? Genuine question. I'm not saying that to be like, yeah, exactly. A genuine question. I don't know. But I think just enough to disturb the peace is something for me to want to like feel like is a positive thing. But like I said, I don't think that takes away from anything that you've said. Yeah. It's just one thing that for me personally, I see is a glimmer of hope in all this, right?
No, yeah. I mean, I think we talked about it, and I was like, I would like to be, I guess, proud about it, right? Like, I would like to say that, I guess this is a huge accomplishment, but I just feel like with everything currently going on, to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, from just the things that he said and like, and all that, it just feels still very performative and just more to like for his own pocket kind of thing. Like, it doesn't give off that he genuinely cares. It's just more to, you know, he's a huge star, you know, he got this opportunity and sure he's going to take it. And like, that's cool. And I'm sure, I know that his like new album has spoken out on a lot of things too, but it's just like, there's just so much like contradictory to it. And I think that's why to me, it's hard to, I guess, also say that, because I get that there's also this side that is being heavily racist towards him. Because I get that side too.
I get you. And you don't want to be associated.
Yeah, I don't want to be associated to them. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm also a hater because of that. I'm like, no, I'm a hater for like other reasons. Yeah. But like, I'm also just not trying to like put the, I guess, put down the community, the Latino community specifically. Because I know a lot of people are happy about this, but I know that it's because they're all just fans. Like, they all just love Bad Bunny. And a good amount of them are also love sports. So, like, I get that there's that sort of thing of, like, the worlds colliding, and it's nice. But I guess there is a deeper side to it, right? Where it's like,
I get you.
But what is the point of all this? And what is it actually going to do for us? Because currently right now, everybody hates us, right? And it's not really doing much other than like, it's going to feed, I don't know, our capitalistic society.
Yeah. It's interesting too, because I think it reminds me of when you and me were talking about this off camera, and obviously it's not the same. It's like a more extreme version, but how you're like, you dislike the Bad Bunny doing the Super Bowl, but it doesn't mean that you side with the conservative racist. It reminds me of when people are anti-Zionist and people try and say like, "Oh, you're anti-Semitic," but you're not anti-Semitic. Yeah. You don't sign with
like actually anti-Semitic people will try to be like, you're like me, right? And it's like,
no. Yeah, no, I'm just anti-Zionist.
Well,
I'm not anti-Semitic.
It's kind of annoying how like these type of people get to fucking be like, play both sides all the time, where they'll play victim when you get mad at them about their opinions. But then when it comes to Bad Bunny, they're like, but he hates ICE, I don't want him performing. You know, I'm like, man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, like, I hate that they get to fucking, specifically Trump, like they'll get to in the same breath be like, you know, we shouldn't judge people for their opinions because it's usually their opinion they're defending. But then when it's fucking somebody else's opinion of not liking them, it's like, get them off my fucking television. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I also think
it's crazy, man.
I don't know. Maybe I just haven't seen it, but I think this is the issue with the NFL too, where I'm like, I think that's probably this is also an issue of where like, this is what not taking a stance gets you, because I think the NFL lets so much like racist shit slide, that at this point I'm like, that's their fucking fan base. Like so much of their fan base is fucking racist.
Yeah. Maybe it'll cleanse. It'll cleanse the racists from the NFL.
Yeah, because
because they're saying they're boycotting, bro.
They're not gonna.
They're boycotting the whole NFL.
When the whole like Colin Kaepernick thing happened, and then he got like kicked off, like it's like nothing was really like done about that. Like I think for sure him, you know, his career kind of just stopping from there was like.
I think it's weird because it's like. I think if Bad Bunny was to step down from the halftime performance on his own accord, that would be one thing. But if the NFL actually like changes it or like they bend to it and they're like, actually, never mind, we're not gonna have Bad Bunny, I think that's insane.
Yeah,
like they actually like.
I don't think he's gonna back down. There was a tweet that was saying that was like, this might be the first time that the Super Bowl is forced to change the Super Bowl halftime performer because of how huge the backlash is. It's like, let's keep going. Basically, like these conservatives thinking that they're doing something.
Hasn't the fucking halftime show always been like that though?
Like, yeah, I mean,
hasn't it always had some controversy, or they always just have the biggest star they can possibly get?
In a way, yes, but more of like unsatisfied because you don't like their music, or you don't know who they are, or you feel like they won't put a good performance. But this is like controversial for a whole plethora of like, I guess, other reasons.
Societal reasons.
Literally societal reason. Right now, America is a very extreme racist place. And I know I'm going to say again, it's always been that way. But right now, it truly is. And so right now, the controversy is huge because it's not about the guy's talent. It's not about his popularity. It's just about
because he's Latino.
It's just because of who he is.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
I wonder if he generally is going to be there then. Is it going to be like they're just going to show it on the screen?
I don't know.
Imagine somebody tries to
like a hologram?
Stop him.
Yeah. Like he's not actually there. He's actually in Puerto Rico.
Whoa, that'd be crazy. You know, that is actually a good place. A good point. Actually, there's always been a lot of protesters for the Super Bowl. I wonder if there'll be any like conservative protesters for it. Because like, look at this tweet. 67K likes, 1.3 million views, 21K retweets. This guy named Kentucky Girl. I think it's time people boycott the NFL. I know we love our football, but sometimes we have to take a stand. First the kneeling, then the trans and male cheerleaders, and now Bad Bunny, a demonic drag show for the halftime entertainment. Boycott the NFL. Like, can you believe people really tweet that and it really blows up? Like, there's really people liking that. Like, can you believe there's that many people liking that shit? Like, I think that's what really surprises me is that it isn't even just that people say it; it's the amount of people who then go, "Yeah, you're right."
Didn't Prince do the halftime show?
I don't know.
So.
Yeah, Prince did it. Did he even get this big of a?
He did it in the rain.
No, but
I don't know. I don't remember if
Prince
he did.
was like his whole thing was that he was androgynous and that like
I don't know.
Did they even give him this much shit for his?
Probably not, because social media didn't exist back then, so the echo chambers that people are living in right now,
you're right,
aren't as intense.
Because I'm like, I know Bad Bunny does like drag, right, or he cross dresses sometimes, and I'm like, but I feel like Prince did it way more, so I'm like, I'm surprised that he of all people is getting this more than Prince at least.
Yeah, no, I agree, but yeah, it was just something that I think was of interest, because I wonder, I feel like, if other podcasts talk about Bad Bunny being on Super Bowl, I feel like it's so service level. I feel like it's like, wow, that's cool. Like, he's gonna do the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of deeper layers to this. Shout out to
Mi gente Latino.
Mi gente Latino. Shout out to Latinos out there.
Who's also Puerto Rican.
Oh, she is? I didn't know she was Puerto Rican.
Never forget when she said the N-word, bro, on one of her songs.
Is it removed from the
She did?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know
that. Riley showed it to me. I don't know what song it is, but
is it Jenny from the Block?
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe I could look for it.
People from New York always say that Fat Joe says it. He's also.
Oh yeah.
I think he's half Puerto Rican.
Yeah, something. He's like half white, half Puerto Rican or something, right?
I don't know.
Really?
No, I think he's like A different type of Latino.
I'm a fact check if Fat Joe is Latino. Let me see.
Watch him be not Latino.
Yes, Fat Joe is Latino. His full name is Joseph Antonio Cartagena. Cartagena. He was born to parents of Puerto Rican and Cuban descent.
Oh, yeah, Cuban.
Oh, Cuban.
Yeah, he's Cuban.
He's half Cuban, half Puerto Rican?
The Cubans scare me. They scare me.
But yeah, I always hear a lot of, I guess, people say in New York that everyone kind of gets the they're allowed to say it.
Interesting. That's strange.
I don't know.
All I'll say is it's weird that J-Lo says it and Fat Joe says it. In my opinion, I think it's weird. In my opinion, since New Yorkers, I mean, what the fuck?
I feel like
their opinion matters as much as mine.
He does.
I think he still says
I think
it.
so. I think Fat Joe still says it.
I think J-Lo says it anymore, but I think Fat Joe still says it.
I only know J-Lo said it in that one song. And she sings it too. She sings it like, she doesn't just say it, she sings it. Jesus. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people, are we going to forget about that? We're just going to forget about that? But speaking of Latinos.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know about that, but look it up. She says it. She sings it. It's in the chorus, so she says it multiple times throughout the song. But anyways, moving on to our second topic. So a little context for what this is going to be about. In Los Angeles, for those of you who maybe don't live in LA, there's this old general hospital that kind of just like is so prevalent in the skyline. Like you could see it basically from anywhere. It's huge, right? It's like a huge building. It's been abandoned since I want to say the 1980s, late 1980s. But a video came up on my For You page talking about how they're turning this abandoned hospital into apartment complex for the community, which is all around very good. I think it's always best to give back, especially places that are underdeveloped. But throughout that entire video, they didn't mention at all a lot of atrocities that happened in that building. Specifically, what shocked me was that not only did the video not mention it, nobody in the comments except for one guy seemed to have mentioned it, which really impacts me on a personal level because I think this isn't something to easily forget about, especially because it wasn't that long ago. But for those of you who don't know, in the late 1960s and early 1970s, over 250 women, it's estimated, were sterilized in that hospital without their consent, quote unquote. The way they were able to do this is there was a huge language barrier because, as many can relate, a lot of these mothers didn't speak good English. And so a lot of them thought that signing these papers simply just meant that they were signing the procedures to have birth in the hospital and all those things that just come with giving birth that the hospital will obviously need your consent for. But what they didn't know is that they were signing legal documents which gave the doctors permission to sterilize them. Many of these women did not even know that they were sterilized until weeks later. Some didn't even find out until decades later that they had been forcefully sterilized. A lot of people don't know about this. There's an amazing documentary that I watched when I was in college called Mas Bebes, where it shows you like the in-depth lives of some of these women. Some of these women literally spent so many years trying to have another kid, thinking that something was wrong with them, both spiritually and physically. Many of these women, when they found out that they had been illegally sterilized, broke down crying, as anybody would. You don't need to even like know any Mexican women or know any Latina women to feel for them. The movie follows the legal action that 10 of these women, mind you, it's estimated over 250 women were sterilized without their consent. Only 10 of these women were able to sue, and they lost the case. The United States or the court ruled that they couldn't take any legal action against them because they did sign those papers. And so therefore that is like legal consent to have them sterilized. And a lot of people don't know the history of the Los Angeles building that currently stands there that's being turned into apartment complexes. And I think it's important that we continue to refresh our minds with the atrocities that happen there, because if people are going to be living there, they should be knowing the history of where they're living. And not many people seem to know. And it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't even over 100 years ago. It was just my dad was born in 1965. This happened between the late 1960s and 1970s. He was alive when this happened. His own mother gave birth to him while this was happening. And I think it's just tragic to kind of like have to see a video on the LA General Hospital be like mythologicalized as this like creepy place, which I'm sure it is, especially after hearing all this. But to hear all this like spookiness, mythology, to me desensitizes people to the reality of actual horror that happened in these hospitals. And so I feel like it was super important for me when I saw that to speak on it, because I had been blessed and educated when I went to college to learn about this. And which is why every time I drive by that hospital, that's all I think about. And I'm sure there's other atrocities that have happened there, because I'm sure if they allowed this, they probably allowed a whole bunch of other stuff that people probably have never even discovered. And I just felt like speaking and saying my piece on it, because if apparently this last weekend they had an exclusive tour of that building. It was a 1 weekend only deal where they gave like a bunch of people, regular citizens, a tour of the facility to check it out. The video had like documents on the floor and stuff, and it just hurt me to see like, and then this is no direct diss at the content creator, but it just hurt me to see that there was no mention of that history there, because I feel like people need to know, not the mythology, not this cartoonized like story, like movie version of this spooky haunted building, and know the truth of what actually happened there. Because if it happened that recently, it could still be happening now. It could still be happening in ways that you don't even know. But it was just basically my piece that I just wanted to basically say. Those of you out there, look into the documentary, look into the history. Way more and better concise and well said than anything I could say now. But yeah, that's basically all I had on my mind since I saw that video, and I thought I have a platform, I might as well share it, you know. But yeah, it just kind of blew my mind, guys.
Yeah, because like they I don't know, it's like, no, yeah, because it's like treated like it's like just a spooky aesthetic there.
Yeah, like, ooh, this is a scary hospital.
But it harmed a lot of communities.
Yeah, it. I mean, like, I guess reading more off of. I have a little bit of the article to give me a little help, since I wanted to make sure I didn't spread any misinformation. This is what according to geneticsandSociety.org, they said, unfortunately, this history is not far behind us. In 2003, California Governor Gray Davis issued an apology acknowledging that between 1909 and 1964, an estimated of 20,000 Californians were sterilized under California law and state-run institutions. However, the apology does not address the sterilizations that took place in the LAC USC during the 1960s and went into the 1970s. So you see, like in 2003, the governor of California issued an apology for sterilizing people that didn't even include the Mexican American women. I don't know. It's something important, because I think a lot of people would like to romanticize like that the government or
no, yeah. It's like I think there's a lot of ways that I think there's an image people tend to have about I don't know, discrimination, I guess. And I don't think discrimination is ever pretty, right? But I think there's obviously like a watered down version of people have in their heads of like, I don't know, post slavery or post civil rights movement, everything was all okay and nothing ever happened after that, and mostly all it was people just didn't get along. But then stuff like this where it's like, no, they were trying to stop you from having children, and they were illegally sterilizing you and trying to keep you off the planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a scary reality that still affects people.
Yeah, exactly. I think
like you said, there's people who gave birth or were around adult age, and they're still alive and well and affected to this day.
Yeah, I just think like it's important to understand for anybody out there who is a Mexican American that not even 100 years ago, the government was taking action to exterminate our people, to make sure that we weren't overpopulating. And especially in 2025, when you think about like ICE raids and deporting families, I think that should light a fire in you. That should let you know that you should never side with the oppressor. You know, like, and I think it's so important because that's LA history, Los Angeles Chicano Mexican American history. That wasn't hundreds of years ago. That wasn't a century ago. That was in our parents' lifetime.
Yeah,
you know, the government tried to decrease our population. We were seen as an overpopulation problem, and we still are.
Yeah,
you know, and then I think that should light a fire in anybody. That should wake up anybody who feels like, like it won't be me, or like it's never that serious, or it would never get that bad.
Yeah.
It already has, and it currently is. So, just something I thought I'd share because I was just, I don't know. It really woke a fire in me when I saw that whole LA General Hospital thing, because I'm just like, damn, man, like people don't even know the real history of LA, or at least. And I don't even blame it either. Like, you know how I was like, nobody's mentioning it. Like, I guess people don't take it seriously. I really don't think it's that. I truly think that this is a dark history that's hidden. And, like, a lot of people just don't know about it, which is why I want to use the platform to kind of educate more people in case they didn't know. Yeah.
I also think, since you said they're turning it into apartments, no?
Yeah, they're turning into a village, like a village, but mainly a housing, housing.
Yeah. Because I feel like people should just know, not only because it's like, I guess there's like history in there, but it's also like, I think people should know where they're moving into. And like, because then I feel like you'll eventually hear it again. And I feel like people will not stop talking about it, especially with people knowing about what that place really is about. Like, assuming that it's somebody who's never lived in LA, right?
Yeah.
And they move into there and they're like, you knew that this is what happened here? Because it always reminds me of when people talk about how people have weddings in plantations.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that, right?
Exactly.
Where it's like, there's history, there's like, there's horrific history that happened there. And I think it's important for people to know. One, because it's like, for sure for us, so that people don't support these areas. But the other side is just to know the reality of it. Mm-hmm. Like, I think, how you said, like, I think, hiding it is what makes it even worse, because it's, again, trying to them, separate themselves from the horrific things that the city did to, its own people.
Yeah, which is like also fucking, I think, cowardice on their part, where it's like, you're not gonna rule that they did anything illegal, but you're embarrassed and you're gonna hide it, right?
Yeah, right.
So it's like,
exactly.
So it's like, but I thought you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So then why are you so fucking like shy about it then?
Yeah, because
own it. Tell people what you did.
Yeah.
You know
exactly. Because like we were talking off camera when I was telling you a little bit about what I was gonna talk about today. How you said, like, I mean, what they're turning into on paper sounds good, right? Yeah. It's like a housing unit that's gonna have resources and some medical facilities, but to me, I'm like, why try and turn this, spin it into like, oh, like, you see, you should be grateful that this is now something that's for the community. Mm-hmm. Instead of, like, the governor, no official statement has ever been made about an apology to these women. It feels like you're trying to hurt our community and then tell us you should be grateful for what we give you. You get what I mean? Yeah. And to me, that feels so backhanded.
Yeah. I mean, the city's done it before, right?
Yeah. True.
With like the stadium.
Yeah.
True.
So, like,
yeah, like I said, I mean, like I mean, I don't know too much about it. I mean, you telling me is the first time hearing about them turning it into a community center. Generally speaking, the stuff community centers are for, like, hell yeah, I support. But I do think, yeah, like, they owe an explanation.
Yeah.
An apology at the very least. And I think just a history acknowledgement of what happened there. You know what I mean? I don't think you're saying this to be like, nah, don't turn it into a community.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't help people.
Yeah.
It's more like, but you have to acknowledge, like, what happened and what you did.
Accountability, man.
Yeah, like I don't think you could just build on top of things and act like they never happened. You have to, you know.
Mm-hmm. I think for sure what people always just want is just like that not a what is the acknowledgement, to say that they're here, to just like give them that space of being like, okay, understandable, like we did something,
because I think
and we're gonna acknowledge you guys,
because I think that's also a form of giving to the community.
Yeah,
is acknowledgement or recognition or accountability for what went down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think that like telling the community like what went down, like giving them their history and allowing them the opportunity to learn about what was done to them is also giving back to the community.
Yeah,
it's not pretty and it's not going to feel good for them.
Yeah,
but that's not what it's about, right? It's about helping.
Yeah, no,
I think
100%.
it's just like you're acknowledging their existence.
Yeah.
Like this happened to a community that lives here, that build this city, and like it's just an acknowledgement. Like that's all it is. Like, and I think that is just very significant of like not the continuation of like ignoring the community or always putting them like trying to hide them, right? And I think if they're able to do that, then like it'll be a good thing for the community.
Yeah. No, yeah, 100%. I also just think because it's always shocking to me whenever, because I got, like I said, I got blessed where my professor in college showed me the documentary. She herself wasn't Mexican. She just, I wasn't going to college in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It just so happened to be that I learned like a piece of history. And what always is shocking to me is the amount of times that I've told people this and it's the first time that they've ever heard it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's since that class, every year I've told someone and they've been like, I had no idea. So I think that's why I think it's just important to me. Yeah. It's like, and then turning them into a housing complex, bury the history, right? So nobody even knows.
Yeah.
It's documented. Yeah. Watch the documentary.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, well, sure.
Yeah, that's basically all I want to say for that segment. Hopefully some of you guys find value and tell other people and educate yourselves on any hidden history or that people try to bury. But moving on to our last topic for the week, the first American Pope from Chicago.
Dude, it was so weird seeing him talk.
Yeah,
I'm used to them talking and being like, Dios mío, all that shit. And but he's just like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? I don't know. I was like, this is just some guy, He doesn't seem too popey.
Yeah, I also think it's interesting because I totally see the American effect where I think he's getting the more pushback from like I guess like Americans because I guess he is an American. And so people feel like they can interpret what he's saying.
It's just so weird seeing him talk like that to me, the Pope. Like, I'm like, you're not supposed to speak English. You're supposed to speak, what do they speak? Italian usually? Or like, what's that shit they speak?
Latin.
There we go. Latin.
Yeah.
Del mio.
But he made the news a day ago because he said it's not pro-life to be anti-abortion, but support the inhuman treatment of immigrants. He said the Pope has spoken against some of Trump's hardline policies. Speaking to reporters on Tuesday, Pope Leo the 14th offered support for the Chicago Archdiocese now failed plan to honor Democratic Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois with a Lifetime Achievement Award for his work on immigration reform. It was announced that Durbin will decline the award following backlash from the Catholic community over his support for abortion rights. Someone who says I'm against abortion but says I'm in favor of the death penalty is not really pro-life, the Pope said when asked about backlash to the plan to honor the senator. Someone who says that I'm against abortion but I am in agreement with the inhumane treatment of immigrants who are in the United States, I don't know if that's pro-life. It's not the first time the American Pope has waded into political and cultural debates. In his first media interview, the Pope said we're in big trouble when it comes to ever widening pay gap between the rich and poor, and cited Elon Musk, who may be on track to become the world's first trillionaire.
I think, that's cool. I mean, that's cool what he said, right?
He's basically speaking out against Trump.
Yeah.
Still in a Catholic way.
He's not going to fucking listen.
Yeah.
I think it's like, yeah.
So the top comment with 269K likes is, and that's literally on God.
What was I going to say? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, can't you guys do a little more? You guys are like the
biggest.
Pope.
No separation of church and state.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Come on.
What are you? Some kind of right winger?
Do you not read the
Constitution?
Bro?
What are you, some kind of right winger? What's going on?
No, but I mean more like the Pope and the church. I'm like, aren't they the biggest fucking church in the planet?
Yeah.
Oh man, if only we could do something.
Now you want them to do something?
Damn.
Have I not always wanted them to do something?
No, you always said separation of church and state.
No. They don't have to get involved with the state to do something. They could tell their local priest to stop spewing all that hateful propaganda.
It'd be like, I hereby condemn Donald J. Trump.
Don't vote for him.
Or be like, you're not a Catholic if you vote for Donald Trump. I don't know. Do something.
I guess
say
so.
something.
I think I'm just like,
do something right.
No, I like that he said that. I'm not gonna try and fucking like
hate on him.
But I'm just more like, I think it's a little funny sometimes that they act a little like, oh, we're just a humble Catholic church though.
I hope it does have an impact, right?
I don't think it will.
If there's anybody whose just words alone would have an impact, I guess it's the popes, right?
You think so?
Because people who are religious.
You think people who genuinely follow the Pope
I think it's so weird that people don't follow the Pope that hard.
Who are
who are religious,
like
who
this dude probably reads the Bible from
who
dawn
swear
to dusk.
like, oh, like I'm super this and that, which whatever, do your own thing, you know. But when the Pope says something, I feel like they'll be like, he don't fucking know though.
He doesn't know.
Then who fucking does? Isn't that his fucking job?
Jesus does.
No.
Jesus.
The Pope isn't God.
I just think that's so funny because I've heard so many people who are like super religious, and I'm not talking about like online. I'm talking about like that I've met in person.
Yeah.
Where it'll come up in conversation like what the Pope said, and they'll genuinely be like, that guy don't fucking know what he's talking about.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
All he does is read the Bible every day.
You're really gonna listen to that guy?
Dawn to
That
dusk.
fucking Bible thumper? Come on, that guy,
I know.
You know.
And like life literally revolves around
God.
He don't know.
He don't fucking know. You know. Like I don't know. I think that's always funny too.
I guess that is true.
Because I can already hear all the people being like, but the Pope, like, yeah, you don't know.
I miss Pope Francis. Actually, did Pope Francis have controversies?
Maybe.
I think so.
Isn't he the one?
I miss the idealized version of Pope Francis in my head.
There you go.
Thank you.
What are you say?
I was like, was he the one who covered up all the violations?
No. That was the guy before him.
He got the job because the guy who did that resigned.
Yeah.
Pope Benedict, I think.
I think Pope Francis was a good guy, if I remember correctly. I think he was outlier, right?
I think he was the most woke Pope we've had.
Yeah.
So far.
I think people said he was like an outlier. He was a true
he was radical.
Legend.
He was radical because he actually followed the Bible.
Because he was actually nice.
He did this crazy thing where he was nice to people.
Where he didn't make people
really
feel
rare.
bad.
He did this like crazy woke thing
where he loved everybody.
Where he was accepting and tolerant.
Whoa,
fucking crazy, right? Psycho.
Thank God we have the new Chicago Pope.
Dude, I can't get over him talking.
He's from Chicago. Can you believe that?
Guys.
He's from Chicago.
Does he speak Latin? I think you have to speak Latin, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I would like to hear him speak Latin now.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure the backlash, not to stutter, but the backlash comes from that he's American, bro. I guarantee you he's gonna be Pope, I guess forever?
Until he
dies?
Until death to the he part.
I bet you he's gonna be the most controversial Pope because he's American.
Young, right? He's like 50, 60.
Yeah. He's young.
That's young and hip for a Pope.
Damn.
He's gonna be part of American politics for a long time.
Wait, so was he a good vote? Like to get voted in as a Pope?
I think he was decent. Like he was good. He was like
I'll say I guess we'll see.
If I have to like use an analogy, if Francis was like FDR or JFK.
If Francis was S tier?
If Pope Francis was like JFK, then he's like Obama. Maybe. Where it's like
sure.
No.
Use that audio clip in the intro, please.
You think so?
But you get what I'm trying to say, right?
What's his name? Pope Leo?
Yeah.
Wait, you said Pope Francis was JFK?
Like JFK or like FDR, if he's like probably the most progressive one, he's like Obama, where it's like
Pope Leo is Obama,
right? No,
Yeah,
I don't know that much about him. That's why.
I'm gonna use wrestling terms because I think that works.
Is
better.
he like John Cena?
So if Pope Francis is
I'd say Leo's like
Shawn Michaels?
Cody Rhodes.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, you said Pope Francis?
No, if Pope Francis is like
Steve Austin.
Yeah, like Steve Austin, then he's like Cody Rhodes maybe. Or it's like
okay.
He's not like John Cena.
Okay.
There's
a lot of nuance in there.
But like he's
okay.
He's like in that direction.
I think I like the way that sounds.
No? Like he has potential to be.
GOAT status? He has potential to be GOAT.
If he locks in, maybe.
The Pope, you gotta lock in.
I mean, that is a good like line.
Because that's not a crazy take, right? That
True.
That's not a crazy take. If it's uphill from there, then
just as long as he doesn't get a neck tattoo.
Because was he pro Palestine? He talked about Palestine, didn't he?
Did he?
Well, I know. Francis did.
Check.
Let me check.
Francis did.
Use rap artists. So if Pope Francis is Tupac, if Pope Francis is Tupac, is
Leo's like J. Cole maybe.
Ooh, okay.
And he's humble.
Okay.
He's humble, you know. He's
okay.
Like, I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. I could be completely wrong.
All the rappers are becoming pro-Trump.
Are they? Why?
See, Pope on Gaza. There is no future based on violence, forced exile, and vengeance.
He said that Leo, or was that Francis?
That's Pope Leo.
Not bad. But I wish he had a stronger take. No?
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah. So your wrestling analogy still stands?
I don't know.
Maybe
you know more wrestling than
Roman.
I do.
Make him Roman.
He's
Roman?
He's Roman Reigns.
Isn't Roman hella Trump supporter?
Yeah,
though?
he's a Trump supporter.
Isn't he like I love my
but
president?
The character Roman Reigns. I love my God. I love my country.
Yeah. Did he say that?
Yeah.
That was his famous promo.
He said, I don't give a fuck about cancer treatment.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, what is it?
I know what you're referencing, but that sounded crazy off the cuff.
It doesn't.
Because that's how crazy it is
It
that he
is.
fucking turned to a
To
Trump supporter.
Yeah, because Trump cut cancer funding.
And it's funny that Cody Rhodes, the blonde, blue-eyed dude, is more liberal leaning than Roman Reigns, who's like a person of color. Because Cody Rhodes
said his wife is what put him in check. Though.
Yeah, and I think I sent it that story of Cody Rhodes.
She should.
Has
and as he should.
His wife is black.
Respectful.
And when they first met, he was like, "Oh, I'm not racist. I don't see color." And what did she say? She said,
"You don't see my experience.
You don't see me."
Yeah. And he was like, "Whoa."
Oh, I didn't know that.
Do that to Chris, Julie.
You don't see me.
So Pope Leo isn't Cody Rhodes then?
Fuck it. Fuck it. He's Cody Rhodes.
I'm be like,
he's Dominic Mysterio.
Then what am I?
Then you don't see me.
It would you if he's like white.
Wow. It's over.
Bro, a quick wrestling aside, fucking John Cena when The Rock came back and he was kind of like a jerk for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that was heel John Cena.
I agree.
I feel like I was like, damn, you're kind of mean, bro.
He was petty, bro. He hated that the spotlight wasn't on him.
Was that famous one where I think it's like the fucking Hall of Fame? I think they call him out and he goes, he's such a good rage baiter, bro. He'd get under my skin immediately.
John Cena, he is. Did you guys see that interview? I sent it to you. Have you seen the interview of John Cena won an interview recently, and the interviewers made him uncomfortable because they asked him about, apparently there was a rumor going around when COVID was happening that John Cena had died,
and they asked him like,
"Oh, did you wanna
like let the rumor like sit for a while and make people
think that you're dead?
Think you were dead?" And he was like, "Whoa,
what's the benefit? Yeah, what's the benefit to that?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you just get to be like silly and be like, I'm dead." And he's like, "I know you guys are trying to like joke around, but a close friend of mine just recently died from COVID, and I don't." And it's funny. The interviewer goes, "Oh shit." Oh funny, shit! And he's like, "No, listen, it's okay. And John Cena's like, "It's okay. I just I know you guys are trying to have fun, but I don't see the value in like making light of that situation and stuff.
Oh my god!
Wait, you don't like him?
No,
you don't like John Cena?
No, he loves Triple H. He loves fucking Vince McMahon.
True, but he's
a Vince McMahon
but he visits kids with cancer and like donates a lot to like charities and like he's like a super charitable guy.
He hates women.
But
he did Nikki Bella dirty.
Oh, I guess.
Honestly, though, I will say, though, recently, maybe because it's on Netflix or maybe just because of the merger with TKO, a lot of WWE, like, demons I've been seeing hit mainstream or stuff that I didn't even know about that I was
wait, what?
Like, holy shit. It was like the one, I sincerely apologize that I don't remember her name. But she basically told WWE and Vince McMahon that at a show that they did at the military base that she was sexually assaulted by a bunch of military men.
Yeah.
And that WWE covered it up. And they didn't do anything. And then she ultimately took her life.
Yeah.
I had no idea about this.
They said that she specifically told Stephanie McMahon.
And Mr. McMahon, no?
I think so. But like, first person she went to was Stephanie. And Stephanie was basically like, nah.
You see?
I mean, allegedly, I don't want to get sued.
And y'all still be supporting them.
I saw the TikTok. What, me?
They don't own the McMahons don't own WWE anymore.
No, I'm just.
But they're a part of it.
I'm just saying though that
that's not true. None of them are actually.
But I'm just saying though, like I think because WWE, like I guess when I started watching, like the documentaries and stuff, they acknowledge their controversies, but kind of like how we were talking earlier, they like pretty it up, where it's like. Our biggest controversies are like the Montreal screw job, where we were just kind of, we just didn't get along. We were mean to each other, you know. But now that it hits mainstream, I'm like, holy fucking shit! I did not know they were just fucking
there's a lot
Evil
of demons.
Incorporated.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Evil Incorporated for sure.
Because I saw also, I didn't know about this fucking character where Cody Rhodes is talking to his wife about Akeem. Akeem, the South African Dream or something like that.
I don't know.
Where he's a white guy who's supposed to. He was a character in WWE that was made to make fun of Africans.
Damn, I actually don't know. I don't think I've heard that one.
I think it was Akeem, and then he talked about that he was kind of like a foil to Dusty Rhodes, and that's how he was like. I know about him because he was like he would work with his dad. And he would talk about. I didn't watch the whole thing because you know how sometimes TikTok will just be like show like a part of it.
Yeah,
we was talking about it with Brandy Rhodes, is her name, right? About that character Akeem, where he dresses up in like African like regalia, or at least a mockery of it, and he's supposed to be this character that makes fun of like Africans.
I think maybe I do know. Does he have like drawings? Is he like shirtless and has like a paint on his stomach?
I don't remember. I just remember him saying his name is Akeem, not Hakeem.
It might be that guy. It was like an 80s. Was it like an 80s wrestler? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Rhodes, right?
I think I've seen it. I think if I remember correctly, what's this off show? We're getting like sidetracked, but that is crazy.
I think it's crazy because I think as I see all this stuff like hit the light, because I guess
the merger and stuff.
Yeah, I'm like they're like the circus, huh? Because you know how there's always that stereotype of how people think the circus is all cool and you run away with them, but then it's all evil people.
Yeah.
They're like animals and shit like that.
Yeah, it definitely is.
That's how I'm like, damn, I guess WWE's like.
Did you hear they're having WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia?
Really?
Yeah. They're having WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia.
So why is it controversial to have things there?
A lot of people disagree with Saudi Arabia's treatment of women.
And I think it's the prince, right?
Yeah.
He's apparently had people assassinated who disagree with him. Lots of stuff like that. Lots of civil rights abuses, lots of things like that.
Because I know right now there's like the whole comedy show thing.
Yeah.
That's when like in all talks and everybody's like, all the comedians who are going actually suck. Yeah,
I was really disappointed that Bill Burr went. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, people say that Saudi Arabia just violates a lot of human rights. In 2022, Saudi Arabia executed 196 people, killed 81 men in one day, the single largest mass extinction in recent decades. The country ranked at second highest for use of death penalty. Number 2, women are widely discriminated against. Women and girls remain subject of discrimination in law and in practice. The male guardianship system was enshrined into law in 2022. which means that women must have a male legal guardian and they cannot choose who this is. Also, many women, such as Lou Jane, who supported a campaign against the ban on women drivers, were imprisoned and harassed, despite the fact that the law was then changed to allow women to drive. Yeah, I remember that because Dudley was working with Saudi Arabia when they passed that law, and a lot of people weren't allowing women to drive, even though they had signed it into law that women can drive now.
But I think it's also specifically the prince, right?
Probably. If I scroll down, probably there be more.
But I think a lot of it is specifically him too. But because he's the one who orchestrates this stuff, no?
Yeah, all this you could basically say.
Because I think with WWE, he's a big WWE fan, no?
Yeah.
And that's why they go, which is,
Yeah.
Is that why he was booed?
Yeah, that's why he was booed. You saw that?
Okay.
They booed him?
Yeah.
During
the boxing Canelo.
Yeah.
He was there?
He was there.
Yeah.
And they booed him?
He went to talk. Like, I think he was like a part funder of the event. And he went to talk and the whole stadium booed him.
Yeah, because he's always like in the first row. You see him in like the background.
And he was shook.
And then they brought him into the ring for like something to like present, and everybody booed him when they like presented him.
He was visibly shook. He was like,
really?
Yeah, he was visibly shook.
I don't know if he was shook. I didn't notice.
Do you remember that was the day I went to go see Demon Slayer and I got there right as the fight?
Oh yeah, he was visibly shook. He was like, he had like his eyes widened and like his mouth open, looking around. He was like visibly shook. Yeah, you know who also was visibly shook? I don't know if you guys talked about this last week. I didn't hear it unless you guys talked about it beforehand. But Netanyahu, when the UN walked out, he was shook. He like, you could see he was like shaking a little. I was like, damn, that worked. That really got into his ass. Good. I know. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's crazy, man. Wait, how do we start talking about WWE? Oh,
the analogy.
Fucking the Pope. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say for this week.
Yeah. Let me pull up our lovely patrons that I gotta shout out real quick
before we go. Gonna give a quick shout out to our Patreons.
You guys,
want to give a quick shout out to World Peace and Love. I want to give a shout out to Julie.
Shout out to also Yoel, Eli Quintero, Stephen Carvajal, Altadino Rebuild, and Diana Laura.
And Brandon. Shout out to Brandon too.
Your patronage is always appreciated. Thank you so much for supporting us. If anybody ever wants to join the Patreon, our link is always in the description. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye. See ya. Bye.